I'm painting. And there are 5 new paintings that I'm incorporating into this book. Three of them are for the album section designs, and 2 of them are for the intermission section designs. The intermission section design I haven't even gotten to yet. So this particular painting I'm working on right now is one of the 3. And with that, I'm Craig Halp. This is episode 7 of how to complete an well, not how to complete, but how to create an art story book from start to finish. And last week, I applied, for the particular one I'm working on, I applied the first coats, the underpainting, and I was letting this set up to dry before I worked on it again. And then I made the decision to start posting once a week instead of every 2 weeks, which means I'm working on this painting as it dries. Some areas dry faster than most, so I'm working on particular areas. So what you're going to see is a week-long snapshot of me continuing to work on this painting. So without further ado, let's begin. One of the first areas I had worked with and is dry now is the album itself. And what I'm doing now is making sure of where my center lines are, and then with all these different little templates, little helpers here, I'm starting to lay out where the different tracks are in the album and making sure that my center label is centered, for lack of a better word. Okay, yellow in. This is the part I'm talking about now, where you got the label, and then you have this like dead area on the album. Just a flat surface, a couple little cut-in lines that allow the needle to move on the tone arm. But then there are I don't know how you can see it with the tracks or the light, but there are various other dark lines to denote the breaks in the tracks of the music. And that's what I'm trying to get onto this right now. Okay, and if you noticed, if text shows up, you'll notice that it was the Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers. Still have the album itself. I still have the album, that's the original album that's got the real zipper in the front cover. Classic album. Okay, I've got the album painted in, so I'm going to, once it dries, then I can take a good look at it and see how I want to get the same colors, but also try and get some line work in to suggest the grooves of the tracks. All right, I want to pay attention right now to my highlights and get this worked to start creating some nice form. Okay, I brought this over to the easel so you can see how I've progressed so far with second coats. So far I've worked in these areas right in here. And one of the things I'm going to do is that since this sleeve is the foreground, this is the middle ground, and this is the background, once this dries, I'm going to go back in and probably lighten this quite a bit to get this so that it looks like it's more towards the background. So the other area is this area right here, which with second coat I put in fairly dark. What I'm going to do is, once this dries, is probably lighten up this area a little bit, but bring this same darkness down into the bottom here, mainly because with the the sleeve, the hand, album, and the rest of the figures. This area right in here will probably receive the least amount of light. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back over to the drafting table. I'm going to start working into these areas in here and get this red in a little bit brighter. Try and close out that black line going through there. Alright, got some paints on the palette and ready to start. Okay, this is where I'm working around to this darker area that I told you about the last time we saw the painting. I lightened all this up, and now I'm darkening this up in here, or down in here, excuse me. Okay, let's take this over to the easel so you can see it. What you're looking at now is just a real quick preview. This is the one that had just the first coats on it. Here's the updated version. There's second coats on here. There's even some third coats in areas. You'll notice that I've lightened this area, darkened it up down in here. I've moved this line over about 1/8 of an inch, the wideness angle. Got some more white in here, lightened it up. Got my red in a little bit darker. It's covering that dark line. And you'll notice down here that I'm got this little paint right in here on his finger. And that's because I might be changing the length of the fingers, that these will be where the fingers are more curved in, so that just the knuckles are showing, because then just this forefinger and thumb are the ones that are really holding the album. Okay, that's it for episode 7. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or insights, please leave something in the comments below. Next episode, whoops, I want to lose that. Next episode, I'll be starting the second of the 3 paintings that go with the album section pages. If you haven't already, please subscribe to join me on this art book making journey. And until then, thank you and be safe.